Hello there. It's Phil right here, your billionaire farmer. And on this episode, I just want to give you a little bit of preview and what I've been doing. We've been harvesting our tomatoes. Not did I just say we've been harvesting our tomatoes? I guess I'm just trying to count my eggs before the hen hatches. We are our tomatoes are fruiting heavily right now, doing very very well. So I know I was supposed to kind of give you an update of what has been going on behind the scene. And I haven't because we've been extremely busy. It's been really demanding. I'm not even going to lie. But it's also been very rewarding. The beautiful thing is that you get to do anything and you see the results of what you're doing. You see that it's bringing out the best for you. You're going to enjoy it. Now, I give you a clear example. Now, if this is your first time joining this channel, one of the things I do is financial literacy, and one of the things I ventured into is agriculture. So I get to drop a video every now and then about agriculture and things I feel you can do quickly and make money from agriculture, right? So today it's about tomato. Now, a proof that we're doing a lot better than we did last time is very simple. Now, there is a video playing on the screen. This is what our tomato farm looked like when we were harvesting last year. I told you we got a lot of things wrong, but we're getting it right now and even better. And that's the reason why I would always ask, stay with me on this channel. A lot of the people you come across on social media that talk about farming would never show you when they got it wrong. They will only show you their strengths. Oh, we got this, we harvested 1 million crates, kidney corn, that. Now, that is how our farm looked like. You can see it was infected clearly, terribly infected. And the interesting part was that we got relatively good harvest. Not so bad, but it's poor relatively compared to what it should be, and coupled with the fact that the price of tomato at the time was 7,000. The most we sold tomato at the time was 10,000 naira. That's ridiculous, right? So it's not enough that the harvest was poor, the price was even worse. It's even better if the price is good and the harvest is poor, right? It's even better if you have the both working together for you, which is exactly what we're doing this time around. So what we've been able to do is we've been able to do our fertilizer. We've been able to do our fertilizer application properly, 14 days interval. We've been able to do our pruning properly. We're supposed to even do one more pruning, but we're not able to do that. I'm trying to tell you the things we did that aided this much success you're seeing on your screen. You can see clearly this farm looks a little more healthy than the previous one. We're able to apply our manure before transplanting. In fact, matter of fact is that going forward, we're even going to do a lot better. What we will do is we will apply our manure, and also we would apply DAP, which is diammonium phosphate, because it is very important for vegetative states. And after that, we will go on 14 days later to apply our NPK 15-15-15, meaning in that proportion. And subsequently, once we start fruiting, we would apply a Muct, which is monoammonium phosphate. So these are the things. The whole idea is that you learn on the journey, right? You get better every day. You don't stay static. You're not the same place you used to be yesterday, today, such that the next harvest is better, the next is better, the next is better, and all that stuff. So yeah, so these are the things we've been able to successfully do. Monoammonium phosphate, our manure, we applied our manure properly when we're doing our land preparation. And remember, there was a time where the farm was covered with some white powder. That was when we applied our lime. Lime is just to maintain the pH of the soil, making sure it's not too acidic. This is particularly important if you have previously farmed on the property before. So you just need to probably apply that. But if you've not used it before and if you've tested the land and you're sure it's good, it's not being used for an extended period of time, you're good. So we were able to apply our lime, we were able to apply our manure. We were also able to apply our fertilizer as at when due, which was 14 days. Now, there was a portion of the land and the farm where we ran out of fertilizer. So we applied urea, which is predominantly nitrogen. That was a leftover from the one we used for our cucumber farming last year or earlier on this year. And there was some disparity in the look of the farm, and that was clearly because we applied urea in one portion of the land, which was just predominantly nitrogen, and we applied NPK in another portion of the land. And the portion of the land we applied urea was basically like the latter end of the farm, because the NPK we bought was exhausted. I didn't want the work to pause, so, and also we kind of had some financial constraint at the time. We couldn't access the money we were supposed to use, so we applied urea. Excuse me. So this is just me saying that there was clearly disparity. There was difference. You couldn't reconcile the fact that this is the same farm. This part of the farm that we used NPK 14 days after transplanting clearly did a lot better. But eventually, right now, we've balanced that up because we eventually applied the NPK in this other portion of the land, because in our second application, because you're supposed to apply this 14 days intervals, meaning that every twice in a month, you're supposed to apply your NPK. Now, the good thing about being very consistent with your fertilizer application is that, of course, your plants will be plagued with infection every now and then, but the fact that you're constantly spraying your fungicide, your foliar fertilizer, your insecticides, and all of this important chemical is going to help you. But once your plant is properly, you have the right nutrients in your soil, it's even going to help you to grow and reflect an effect, like that dominating effect over sicknesses. So it's called resistant, disease resistant. That's what I was looking for, right? So it's going to be able to show that resistance to diseases. Why? Because the right nutrients. But imagine that it is malnourished and then there is disease. So one of the things we've also noticed in our farm was some bacterial infection. But what we do is that once we notice an infection, we uproot the plant and make sure that we dispose it very far from our farm, right? So these are the simple gap, which is good agricultural practices we've been able to explore in the past few weeks. And you can see on the surface, it's doing very well. We have some of the fruit, the stem we have close to 50 fruits per plant. That's good. That's very good harvest that we are planning for. So in another 2 weeks, we should start harvesting. But what I'm going to do is tomorrow, when I get to the farm, I am going to try as much as I can to make proper video for you on the farm to show you where we are at, what's going on, the success we are currently registering, and I honestly cannot wait for harvest, right? We should start harvesting in 2 weeks or another 3 weeks, hopefully by the end of this month. This is currently May rather. So hopefully by the end of this month, we should start harvesting, and I cannot wait to start smiling to the bank. Why? Because, man, we've invested a lot of time, effort, resource into this project. Emotionally, it's been demanding, and I cannot wait to show you how much harvest we'll have. Mind you, I was showing you the harvest we had last year, but I can guarantee you that this is going to be significantly better. This is going to be miles off, right? And if you're up until this point, you've not done your tomato farming, remember when I was telling you, that's why I say subscribe to this channel if this is your first time here. Remember when I was hammering it, to go and do your nursery now, and because the season is here, this is when tomato is very expensive. But again, the ship has not sailed completely. This ship had sailed, but you can still do it now. It's still a good season compared to the dry season. Nobody should try tomato farming during the dry season. Take it from me, experience gotten the hard way, right? So tomorrow I'm gonna make a video on the farm, right? I'm gonna try and make a video on the farm. Of course, it's not going to be as aesthetically pleasing as this, because I'm always in work mode when I'm at the farm. But I'm gonna make a video at the farm, so to show you handy what's been happening and all that stuff. So we actually did our farm in batches. We have the first batch, which are now fruiting. The second batch are beginning to fruit as well, and then we have 3 batches. We have the first batch, which extended to the other part of the land. We have the second batch, and then we have the third batch, right? So the first batch is going to, we're already fruiting heavily. So we're going to be harvesting somewhere later part of this month. Second batch we should start harvesting mid next month, which is June. And the third batch should start harvesting late June into July. Yep, I'll see you in my next video.